I finally completed my first semester of my digital cinematography degree, and my whole perspective of what I wanted to be has completely changed. When I first got into this program, I knew for a fact the only reason I was here was because I wanted them to turn me into Cole Bennett. That was my only frame of reference. I just want to be a super dope videographer. I want more clients. I want more opportunities. I wanted to be, certified. Now, I didn't really come here expecting to learn how to be creative, but more so how to do things, the right way. And in the process and just learning and getting new information, I figured that, I wouldn't even say I figured, I've discovered that there's so much more of a bigger world, using the camera than, music videos and photography. If you don't know what I'm majoring, it is digital cinematography. I'm pretty sure I already said it, but I just want to emphasize that's what I'm doing. I'm currently in a phase where I'm learning how to do script writing. I'm learning different camera angles. Simply put, I'm learning all of the basics. That's what's happening here. I was never a person that was big on watching movies, which is super crazy for someone who wants to hold a camera, but that just wasn't my interest. I don't want to watch movies. I just want to do music videos. I come from the music world. I used to be a musician. So all I saw was building these worlds, in a short amount of time, 2 to 3 minutes. That's all we got. But what can we create? Nonetheless, lately I've just been watching, more films, just really breaking them down. I look at every film like it's a script. There's this page that I follow on Instagram. It's something where it's you'll watch a film and the script will be rolling at the bottom. I'm a find it and put it on here for y'all. But I'm in a place where I'm writing scripts right now. I wrote my first official script. It's a lot of technicalities to it. I really won't get into it. Nonetheless, school has me opening up books now. So, want to show you this Screenwriter's Bible. That's what I've been reading, just learning how to format a script. I've only done a spec script. I haven't done any production scripts yet. I've messed with an AV script. Back to movies and films. I used to always watch movies, but I was just watching a movie, as a consumer. I wasn't really thinking about, how deep it was. I didn't think about all the things that they do in films to, create these scenes. And, being a videographer for music videos, you do it on such a smaller scale. But even in that space, I've been learning you really have to slow down off of the degree. Some things just require detail and everything can't be fast. And for me, it was fast because I would do run and gun type videos. So I'm always, doing a lot of pans, tilts, whips, throwing together 1,000 effects. And it just made me realize I skipped over all the small things, all the things to appreciate. And I know I'm rambling right now. I know I'm rambling. Please forgive me. I guess what I'm saying is I just have a brand new appreciation for what happens inside of a frame. And it's really uncomfortable for me to have this new realization, but I feel like I want to be more of a film director than a music video director. And I wasn't expecting that at all. I'm still confused about it because I'm just hey, what does this mean? Because music videos is all I know. I've been rejecting so many music videos lately because I'm this just doesn't align with what I want to do anymore. While I still want to do it, it's weird. I'm trying to process it. It's really hitting me because it's if you want to be a writer or a director, you have to know actors. I don't know actors. I'm watching all of these old films because I had no appreciation for it. I feel like I'm playing catch up because I honestly feel in order to create something new and put something out in the world, you always have to go back and give appreciation and understanding and learn the things that came before. I feel like I said that kind of funny, but I'm just learning that's super important. Like I said before, I come from the music world, so I know all the engineers, I know all the producers, I know all the artists, I know who I need to meet and where I need to go. I understand that, but film is its own world. It's not something that you can jump into. You really have to study it. I have books, mind you. This is my first semester, but I've basically written a book, and it's nothing but a book full of notes. It's like with film, I feel like you can never really stop learning, and maybe that's what this new excitement is. Like, I don't know anything. It's so uncomfortable. I never put myself in like spaces where I know nothing, but I feel like the new challenge has like just it made me feel like I put a cap on myself. Like all I could be was a music video director. But getting back to why I joined the program, I just remember hitting a wall, simply put, because I didn't know how to color grade. Then it was figuring out lighting and understanding Kelvin, and then sharpness, and then framing, and then composition. Like all of these were things that I lacked because I didn't understand it. All I knew was we finna hold this camera and I'm finna sway it to the side and the other side up and down, and we finna throw effects on here. But just throughout this process, it's crazy to say, but I've been like really drawn to Ryan Coogler. Super big fan of his work in like the weirdest way, like not even on some super fanboy stuff. I just feel connected and inspired by what he's building and what he's doing. And I've just been feeling like, hey, like if he can do it, I can too. I feel like I didn't have this revelation until I started writing a script. When you write a script and you're building a character and you decide what their character flaw is and whether they do or don't have a character arc throughout, the story, and you think about who their antagonist is going to be and the character flaw of their antagonist, you're creating this fictional person that doesn't exist, but when you put them on the screen, they're actually a person, and a viewer can become connected to that person and or like inspired by a fictional person. And that alone is just like it's a different kind of creativity to me. And that's like all of this is what's really surprising me right now. I can't stress to you enough how confusing it is. It's extremely confusing. I've been so restrained with music videos, and it's not because I don't like them. I still do. They've just begun to feel flat. Like it's a shot versus a shot. You scout the location, you get coverage, you make it look good. I guess what disturbs me the most about that is just that it doesn't have layers. And I feel like that's where the disconnection is. It's just a moment, and moments are cool, but I guess it's not as exciting. There's no character flaw, there's no goal, there's no off-screen pressure, there isn't any real transformation. And to me, it's just begun to feel like a lost art. I know I keep mentioning, characters, but it's a big deal to me. For whatever reason, it's just a big deal. Like, you ever think about like how an actor can play different people and they just have different tendencies? Like, for example, Michael B. Jordan on Sinners. This man played 3 people with 3 different personalities. The thing about character flaw is that the flaw follows them into every situation. Sometimes that flaw can push them forward. Sometimes that flaw can be their complete downfall. That's the beauty of it. And I know you're probably thinking like, what is flaw? Flaw is basically the character's personality. So let's say you have a character and he's very confident. That confidence can either help him win something, or his confidence could be what damns him. I'd love to fill y'all in on where I am right now currently. So if you guys haven't seen, I released a short film called The Mess We Carry. That was my first short film ever put out. And I thought about how it was just a voiceover. And the reason I mention that is because now that I'm developing scripts, I believe that I'm ready to actually develop like a full short film with acting, with lines, finding actors, the whole shebang. I'm very scared of it, but I'm very excited at the same time. I feel like the story is amazing. The new short film that I'm working on is called Approved, and basically, without giving it up, if I could describe it, buying happiness has its consequences. I wish I could give more without saying too much, but it's something I'm super excited about. I'm still in that beginner phase with, script writing, but I'm feeling a bit more confident about it. I just had an assignment recently. I feel like my professor was definitely out to get me, where we had to build a script, and it had to be 3 to 5 pages. And if you did less than 3 pages, it was a fail. If you did more than 5, it was a fail. And I was a person, I overwrote the whole thing. But, overwriting is not a bad thing, because, you can trim it down, you can shave it. My biggest thing was trying to shave it without losing its soul. It's so interesting because when you're trying to get your scripts out there, it's literally like your only shot. Formatting, how the grammar is, a lot of the times, like, a director is not going to read it. They have a person that reads it, and you really want to come with it in that. Otherwise, it's going in the bin. So I've been doing that for the past month, just learning how to properly put one together, and applying, the different things like characters and their ages and, their flaw into, developing an actual storyline and script. Just being selective about action lines, even dialogue, and how much dialogue you let happen. You stick another action line inside of there because you don't want it to be, a stage play. They might as well just be holding the paper, reading it to each other, if there's nothing in between that. So that's been a really cool skill that I've been developing. So I'm super excited. I can't say it enough. I also want to mention, if you are a filmmaker or a director or a script writer, and if you're advanced or if you're just starting, holler at me. I would love to collaborate, meet new people, or simply learn, and it would be cool to have someone I could send out my scripts to read over. Let me know, if there's any mistakes or something I could do that's more creative. And of course, create reading tables and things of that nature. That would be really cool. So I'm big on trying to develop community. Nonetheless, I just want to say, if you have made it this far, I appreciate you. Like, thanks for sticking around. I hate that I made y'all wait so long. I told myself I was going to be a lot more consistent, but I moved and I got injured, but I'm back now, and I'm just back active, ready to get at it. Got a brand new setup. I'm still building on it, so I don't want to show the whole thing yet, but it's a work in progress. 2026, very big year. First video of 2026. yo, let's get it. And I'm serious. Like, if you're a creative, if you're a director, or even if you're an artist and you just need someone to do a short film, or, you know, maybe you want a music video, and I'll still do them. I just don't want to do anything, you know, that doesn't have any direction or layer to it. Because, you know, I'm just movies. So like I say, I just want to do movies. I know it's so cringe to say that, but universal literature, just movies with anything that I do. This is Jacques Royant. If you made it this far, I appreciate you for watching. Definitely comment. Let me know, you know, if you're working on any scripts, or, you know, if you have any projects coming up, or, you know, if you want to connect with me, you know, comment. Let me know something. Let's just get this community jumping. Like, where's all the filmmakers and directors and artists at? Drop y'all stuff. Drop your Instagram. I want to follow all of you. Let's do it. Thanks for watching.